thank you. So, like I said, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, just for half an hour, just to go through the awards. Just while we're talking, if you wouldn't mind popping yourselves on mute, happy if you want to have cameras on, but if you wouldn't mind just going on mute while we've got that. Please put any questions I've got on in your chat as we go along, and we hope to kind of talk about, obviously cover that off at the end. And so I know that we're going to shorten the time, and we've got, like I said, 23 of us actually now in the call, and would really like to invite all of you just to put your names and the business you're from in the chat, and also it would be great if you just kind of put reason why you're a supporter or a sponsor, just to help to share that. That'd be lovely. I think before we kick off, I'm going to invite Chloe from the Fiona Wheeler Charitable Foundation from the Birdside Partnership, just to quickly talk about why they're the headline sponsor this year. Is that right, Mel?
Yep.
Chloe, are you there?
Hi. Yes,
Hiya,
I'm
Chloe.
here.
There
Hello,
you are.
everybody.
Hiya.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm Chloe and I'm from the Burnside Partnership. Just a little background of the Fiona Wheeler Charitable Foundation. Fiona was one of my colleagues who sadly died in 2019. She was only 35 and had battled quite a long illness. And I was an apprentice at the Burnside Partnership back when they first opened back in 2015. And she was the main reason they got apprentices there. And I was the first one. So she was a huge supporter of apprenticeships. And all her spare time was spent helping young people. She did all the clubs after work. So when she passed away, we thought it'd be such a lovely idea to set up a foundation in her name, and basically carry on and continue all the hard work she did and help people who sometimes are less fortunate, and also support those, you know, in their careers, whatever they're doing. So I think being a headline sponsor is such an honour, and it's something Fiona would have loved to have done. And in particular, we went to the first awards night as well, and she was, yeah, she loved the awards, and it was just a huge part of her life, really. So yeah, we're very honoured to be the headline sponsor this for the coming awards. And yeah, it's just great to have Fiona's name and her charity sponsoring that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Chloe, and we really welcome your support. And like I said, if everybody can pop their names down and your role, and actually just to sort of explain, give a little bit of why you're part of the awards this year. I know we've got some familiar faces on here on the meeting today, and it's just great to get some new businesses on board, and thank you so much for all of your support, actually. Mel, should we go to the next slide? Great. I just really kind of wanted to kind of explain, and we're going to give a little bit of a history of the awards and what we're doing, but really for Oxlep, and this is kind of a little bit of an explanation as to why we have supported the awards for such a long time, and really give a little bit of a background to some of the stats around apprenticeships in Oxfordshire, which you might not be aware of. So from 2017 to 2020, apprenticeships in Oxfordshire, we have average starts are about 2,700 a year. However, achievements to actually get, you know, the certificate at the end of their training is only 1,800. So we do have a kind of over 30% dropout non-completion rate. And you won't be surprised that compared to last year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, apprenticeship starts have declined substantially by 17% when you compare them from last year, 2020 to 2021. And that's why it's so important that we all work together and to raise awareness of apprenticeships, because we want to ensure that young people are, you know, aware of different career pathways. HE is fantastic, but it's not for everybody, and we want to promote and celebrate apprenticeships, and that's through the awards is the reason why we want to do that. And just finally, we're looking at potentially giving you a bit of a heads up we're looking at potentially how we can help businesses, levy payers and non-levy payers utilise or access levy, and that's a new programme that will be coming out in the new year. I'm hoping to share more information as and when, but it's just we're looking at how we can unlock that, so the levy money that is in Oxfordshire stays in Oxfordshire and it doesn't go back to the Treasury, which would be nice. So I will give, like I say, more information as due course, but that hopefully will give you an understanding. And really, Oxlep Skills Board has been in establishment for 10 years. And there's always been a strategic ambition to support apprenticeships. It's in every document or strategic plan is to support apprenticeships, and that's why for Oxlep it's so important, and the awards is an important way to see that target. Mel, would you mind going to the next slide? Thank you. So just so everybody's really clear, the awards, Oxlep Skills, Mel, myself, we kind of help manage it, but we don't fund it. We do through social media, we help to support it, but your donations, your sponsorship and supporting actually really it's a non-for-profit. It actually just pays for the event itself, the delivery. We've got some of our members of the committee here, and hopefully they can wave to you and say, and it's really important. We form a committee, and Chloe's part of the committee this year. And you've got Taya, myself, Sarah, Jake, who's on the call. Hi, Sarah, Helen, Simon, Chloe, Mel, of course, and Tanya, who's on the call. And we all work together, and they are our friends, critical friends at times, and help us with that. But the awards ultimately are sponsored, judged and awarded by those sponsoring organisations. And you as supporters are really important, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do it. We just wouldn't have the money in the budget. So that's why I wanted just to say a huge thank you, because it helps our delivery. If you haven't, for any reason, paid, I know we're really keen to get the money through the door, so then we can then contract the delivery company to actually make the final happen, and that's in process. So I'm sure we'll be very glad of any money coming through. So the committee represents the headline sponsor, large and small businesses, which is important. Apprentices, so we've got Taya, who was our Apprentice of the Year. She's on our committee as well, and previous winners. So it's really good mixture. Mel, would you like to go to the next slide? And these are actually all of our supporters and sponsors for this year. So you're in very, very good company. And again, we'll be able to share this, and appreciate all of your support and your help with delivery of this fantastic event. Actually, Mel, would you like to go to the next slide? So Mel, I'm sure you're going to help me out with this one. So there's award categories. We've got 2 new categories this year, which is a training provider individual award and careers champion award. But we've got, for the apprentices, intermediate apprentice of the year, advanced apprenticeship of the year, higher degree, special recognition, award, shining star, and Oxfordshire apprentice of the year, which is the ultimate award. And for employers, the apprentice employer of the year, so that's 250 plus employees, or for the smaller, it's for those who've got 250 employees or less. And then we've got the school college engagement employer of the year. So there's about 10 categories, with the +1, which is the Oxfordshire Apprentice of the Year. So there's a lot there to celebrate, and I think it covers pretty well everybody that could be included. And Mel, do you want to kind of add on anything for that?
Yeah, I think as Sally said, the 2 new categories are really to recognise the contribution of individuals as well as organisations. That's something that's new for this year. And I think we hope that through these categories, as Sally said, there'll be something for everyone, whether you can enter, nominate someone, or enter your organisation. So hopefully that covers everybody.
And like I say, I can see, thank you so much for putting things in the chat. If you've got any questions as we go along, we will endeavour to answer them at the end. So just please, if you, as things go along, if you're not quite sure, reach out to us and we can answer it. Mel, would you like to go to the next slide?
There we are.
Okay, so awards timeline. We've had the launch, which was on the 18th of November at the on Twitter through the OA Hour, and so we've got the closing date for all nominations is on Valentine's Day, so that's quite an easy one to remember. At midnight. The finalists will be announced on the 14th of April at 1 o'clock, again through our Twitter channel, the hashtag OA Hour. And then the big night itself on the 19th of May at 7 o'clock. So we've got the virtual live stream event. And then we are hoping to have a drinks reception, which you will all, of course, be invited to attend, where we can have the finalists and winners receiving their trophies, and we can do some really lovely photographs. And we're hoping to have that at Williams F1. Due to current COVID restrictions, they won't guarantee that we can have that space until the new year, and that's why it's kind of a TBC. If we can't have it at Williams, we'll try and find another venue, but we know that Williams is fantastic, and it's just, I don't know if everybody's been there, but it's an amazing place and fantastic museum. So it's if we can hold it there, we're just waiting, but it's kind of a pencil at the moment. They just need to confirm with us. Mel, is there anything you'd like to add?
Just to add, if people aren't aware what OA Hour, that's stands for Oxfordshire Apprenticeships Hour, and that's an hour that we hold on Twitter every Thursday from 1 till 2. So we've tied in some of the announcements around that because people already join and talk about apprenticeships at that time. So just in case you've not come across that. Also, to add to what Sally said about the closing date, it's just after National Apprenticeship Week. So we're hoping to do a final push during the week to encourage people to enter, as everybody will be talking apprenticeships at that time anyway.
Yeah, and I think it's if you're not on if you are on Twitter and you haven't seen OA Hour or anything, then just obviously link in with us on Oxlep Skills or you know, all the different hashtags, and that would be great, because then hopefully what we really want to do is how we can spread the message, get people to nominate themselves, but also for yourselves to be aware of some of the key timelines that we're looking to and how we can really generate some amazing social media and get the responses that we want to celebrate the talent and businesses who support the talent that are really helping young people at quite a difficult time. So Mel, next one, please. Thank you. Do you want to take this one, Mel?
Yeah. So this one just shows a few of the key points in the process, in the timeline that we've just described, where we'll be doing some specific comms around the awards. And really our aim up until the closing date is to encourage people to enter. So you'll see via our channels lots of posts for various different categories, encouraging people to enter. We'll also tag you in as sponsors, so watch out for our posts, and please do like and share them when they come through. We want to make sure that we give you your involvement via our channels as well, so that you get a mention. So the key points, as Sally said, it's now launched. It launched on the 18th of November. Up to Christmas, we'll be doing a campaign around doing something nice for Christmas, giving back to somebody, putting an apprentice forward, using your downtime to nominate somebody. As I mentioned, National Apprenticeship Week is in February, so 7th to 13th, we'll be doing some stuff around then as well. Just before the closing date, we'll go a little bit quiet then while the judging process happens, and then we'll move on to the announcement of the finalists. So at that point, we'll be saying who the 3 finalists are in each category, and there'll be a lot more activity again, promoting and celebrating those finalists that have made it to that stage in the process. And then after that, there'll be the live event, which will be on the 19th of May. We'll be encouraging people to join us and share the link so that as many people can come and be part of it on the night. And then at the drinks reception, we aim to have some nice photos taken and provide another opportunity for promoting what the success of the finalists, the winners, and the involvement of the sponsors. So those are our kind of key dates to watch, and that will be when our key activity around communications is happening. To move on, sorry, go back, for category sponsors specifically. Is that all right if I go through this one as well, Sally?
Yep, no, please
so,
do.
For those of you on the call that are category sponsors, you have some extra actions and activity to be doing as part of your role as sponsors. So we thought it was just running through that would be quite helpful, particularly for those of you who haven't sponsored a category before. So what will happen is on the 14th of February at midnight, that night, not midnight the day before, that often confuses people, we will close for entries and nominations. We will check them for eligibility and we will then send you the entries for your category. You will also get some judging paperwork, which will include a visit form if you can fill in when you have further conversations with your entrants, and a sort of judging summary form where you can score your entrants as well. So that will support you with the process of conducting the judging. What we ask you to do in terms of the judging is to shortlist. If you get lots of entries, then you might want to whittle them down to a few finalists that you want to investigate in a little bit more detail. And then we encourage you to have a conversation. It's difficult, obviously, to have face-to-face meetings at the moment, but you may be able to arrange a Zoom call with a business representative or an apprentice or somebody from the school or college, and just have a conversation with them about the entry. And you often find out a bit more than what people are able to put into the form. So it's helpful for your difficult decision that you have to make in terms of choosing the finalist and ultimately the winner. We give you 5 to 6 weeks for that, to try and give you as much time as possible to get meetings in, to do the shortlisting. You may want to involve apprentices from your organisation as part of this. It's a good experience for them to be part of the judging. Other colleagues, it's kind of up to you as to how you want to do that. But if you have any questions as the process goes along, please do come to us and ask. We can always advise and support you with it. We ask for your decision to be made by the 25th of March. So that will be who your winner is, 2 highly commended finalists, and then a reserve, just in case for whatever reason somebody isn't able to be there or take part for the final. So we ask for those by the 25th of March. So as you can see, that's sort of 5 to 6 weeks. We've also, and Sarah, who Sally mentioned is on the call, Sarah, our headline sponsor last year from High Spec Composites, made a really good suggestion that the headline sponsor is responsible for choosing the overall winner from the apprentice categories. So we will ask the apprentice sponsors to have a conversation with Chloe, who's this year's headline sponsor, to feedback what it was about your winner that made you choose them, and that will help Chloe and the headline sponsor who's responsible for choosing that overall Apprentice of the Year winner, just to hear what it is that really inspired you about that person, to feed into the overall decision. That decision is sort of confirmed and ratified at the judging meeting, which is the awards committee's responsibility, and that will be on the 5th of April. After that, we'll be able to then let people know. We'll start to let successful and unsuccessful entrants know whether they've made it through to the final or not. And then we'll officially announce the finalists on the 14th of April during Oxfordshire Apprenticeships Hour. And then it all swings into action, preparing for the actual ceremony, which will take place on the 19th, as we said. Category sponsors will invite you to attend a studio filming session where you'll be able to film yourself announcing your winner and finalist, and that gives you an opportunity again to say who you are, about your business, why you're supporting the awards and why it matters to you. So it's a professionally recorded film which gives a good representation of you when it's played out at the live event. So once we can't give you we can't plan that in yet, because you can't do that until you know who your finalists are, but we will get some dates to you as soon as we can so that you can get those in your diary for the filming to take place. So those are the kind of extra things for category sponsors. Hopefully that's all clear for everybody, but again, please do ask us, come to us if you have any questions or it's not quite clear what you need to be doing and when. We can support you through the process. And then I think to all of our sponsors, we've got a few asks for you to help us and support us in the run up to the closing date. So as we said, the key thing is getting as many people and organisations to enter from as wide a network as possible. So we want to reach businesses that don't know about the awards, apprentices from small businesses that might think, oh, we're never going to have a chance to win because there's only us, people from as wide a range of sectors and backgrounds as possible. So we really would value your help in terms of sharing the fact you're a sponsor, sharing our posts, contacting your networks and contacts and letting them know about it. Nominate your organisation for an award, perhaps, put some apprentices forward, or nominate colleagues from the schools and colleges and training providers that you link up with or work with. There's a brilliant opportunity to kind of recognise your wider network as well as you as a sponsor. And then we'd like to encourage you to share our posts, follow and tag in Oxlep Skills and Ox on Apprentice, which is our two main channels, which we have on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok, which is our new thing. Thanks to Chloe for being part of that. We've now developed a TikTok as well to try and reach the younger generation. So that would be our ask to you in the run up to the closing date, is please help us spread the word and let's get as many entries from as many different places as we can. I did send you all, and please let me know if you haven't received it or you didn't get a copy, a comms pack, which includes some social media assets, some suggested posts and some background information about the awards. So let me know if you would like me to send that to any colleagues, in your marketing team, for example, and I can share that with you, which just gives you a little bit to get started with this as well. I'm now going to attempt to play our new film that we've developed. Again, Chloe, thank you for being part of this. This is 4 of our previous winners, encouraging people to put forward other apprentices. My Wi-Fi is notorious for failing at this moment, so fingers crossed, I'll give it a go.
We're the previous winners of the Oxfordshire Apprenticeship Awards Apprentice of the Year Award, and we're here to tell you why you should nominate your star apprentice for an award.
Nominating an apprentice is a great way to say thank you for all their hard work. It's a chance to celebrate their achievements and the difference they've made to their own team and your organisation.
It felt amazing to have been nominated for an Oxfordshire Apprenticeship Award. Now's your chance to nominate your apprentice for the hard work that they've done to make them feel valued and appreciated.
Nominating an apprentice is really easy to do. There are a few questions to answer, but it's worth the effort. Could your apprentice be the next star? Over to you.
I'll try and get to the next slide without playing the next thing on YouTube.
Over to you.
Over to you again. Let's try and... Sorry, everyone. There we go. Yeah, so some of our winners, it's fantastic to have them, saying what it meant to them to be winners. So again, I can share these slides with you as well. Please do share the film. It's brilliant to hear from some of the previous winners about what it meant to win, and that might be a good thing to encourage other apprentices to be put forward. So from the 15th of February, which is after the closing date, to the live event, we'd love you to help us to encourage people to get involved on the night. So join and watch, share our posts, join in the conversation in the run up to, during and after the event, and watch the live stream. And then, as Sally said, we'll be inviting you all to the drinks reception if we're able to go ahead, social distancing allowing, and that will be another opportunity for you to share some photographs and celebrate your involvement as a sponsor. So those are the two kind of asks we'd have of you, encouraging people to enter and nominate up until the closing date, and then getting people involved in the actual event itself. One of the advantages of having it virtually rather than face to face means that more people can join in, so friends, family, colleagues from all over the country can tune in to see the announcements for the winners and finalists. We managed to keep it a surprise till the last minute last year, so it's a difficult thing to do, but we managed to do it. So there was a lovely moment when people found out they'd won, and it's nice to have as many people to be part of that as possible. So there's just a couple of examples if you're thinking about, we'd quite like to do that, but we're not quite sure what we can do as an organisation to kind of promote the awards. These are a couple of examples of what some of our sponsors have done. So Blenheim and Pye Homes are sponsoring the Special Recognition Award this year and have published an article on their website with a nice new photo of some of the apprentices. Oxford North have shared again an article on their website to say that they are proud to sponsor and encouraging people to enter. Lots of our sponsors have shared posts on social media. A few examples: some Abingdon and Whitby College and Assure UK have used assets that we've sent them, as in social media images, or linked, as you can see, Assure UK there, to our website where we've published their sponsor profile. So it's quite straightforward to do. You can just link to something we've done or share an image we've shared with you. Blenheim have created their own one, as we mentioned, and Harwell have commented to say that they're proud to sponsor, so commented on one of our posts. Engineering Trust there have shared a post that we did on Twitter and commented on it. So there's lots of ways that you can do that quite quickly, or your comms team can, just to promote your involvement and share the fact that the awards are open for entries. And Sarah, thank you, did a lovely post on LinkedIn about your involvement on the committee and as a sponsor, once again, sharing the logo. So individuals, LinkedIn is so powerful, as we all know, for individuals to use. Also organisations, so again, businesses and Assure UK have shared that from their page. So as individuals and as organisations, you can do a lot to help us promote it as well by sharing via your social media channels and your LinkedIn accounts. What's next? And do you want to do that one, Sally?
Yes, that's great. So and again, just conscious we've got 1 minute left, so if you've got any questions, obviously if put it in the chat, or if you will send the slides around, and if you've got any questions, Mel is the lady to speak to, so Mel's contact details are there. But what we thought we would do is to give you another briefing on the Thursday the 27th of Jan, same time, just for half an hour, which we will give you an update on the entries, and also then we will be able to give you dates for category sponsor filming as well, and then cover off. I know it's quite confusing for businesses, particularly if you've just joined us, and we want to provide and make sure that you've got enough support to understand the awards, and also to make informed decisions, and so what you need to do, and that we're here to support and help you. And I think that's really it, Mel. I don't think there's anything else unless people have got questions, but we're just coming up to 5:30. But I think that's hopefully been really helpful, and it's just been brilliant to have so many of you on the call, meeting you, and again, thank you so much for all of your support and time in making this the awards a reality for not only young people but for businesses.
Yes, thank you. And we can hang around for a few minutes if anybody has got time to stay on the call and has any questions. Otherwise, thank you all for it's been an absolute joy to work with you all, and we're really grateful for all your support and involvement in the awards. It's a real kind of family feeling to have everybody involved, and it's so important for our apprentices and our businesses and organisations to have that recognition, especially what's been a difficult sort of couple of years for all of us. So thank you. I'll stop sharing the screen now, so if anybody has any questions, please do stay on. If not, thank you for joining us, and we'll be in touch soon.